Watchful of your natural breath, my dear friends. Be attentive to the normal breath. Surrender yourself to the breath. When you accept yourself as you are and surrender to the breath, healing happens at different levels: physical, emotional, mental. Accept all the emotions as they are. Do not suppress them. You can transform the unwanted emotions only when you identify them and accept them. I am peaceful with all my emotions. I love and approve of myself. Be with your breath, my dear friends. Be with your breath. Let your complete awareness be totally on your breath. Love is the answer for any kind of healing. In this deep meditation, let us all forgive whoever hurt us in the past. Forgiving others is forgiving the self. Also, if you have hurt someone knowingly, unknowingly in the past, in this deep meditation, seek for the forgiveness. divine soul beings. Let us all accept and trust the divinity within us. Let us all accept and trust soul power. Let us all release all the thoughts, unwanted emotions, incorrect belief systems that do not serve soul purpose. Bhavatu Sarva Mangalam. Let all beings on this planet be happy, healthy, and peaceful. When you are ready, gently, slowly release your hands. Place them on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly open your eyes.
Very good morning, friends. I hope you can hear me. Yes, Pyramid Meditation Foundation UK welcomes you all for another beautiful Sunday for this session, Wisdom Sundays. We have a special guest who is none other than Sharoo Sahini, who doesn't need any introduction for all of us because very familiar master all over the world, not just UK, Europe, everywhere she takes so many sessions. Every day morning, the moment we open our WhatsApp group, you notice a beautiful, thought provoking message that makes you contemplate. Those messages are so beautiful, inspiring, motivating to start the day. You carry those energies throughout the day. If you are wondering who is that master, it is none other than Master Sharoo, a third eye master, and was born with intuition, with spiritual healing. She started meditating in 2011. That's when she has seen tremendous changes, transformation. Her inner abilities started blooming. She intuitively connected with angels, and she was guided to let this wisdom to be shared with whole world. Sharoo spoke on various topics on various platforms, which are very, very enlightening. Now, Master has come up with yet another wonderful topic, intuitive eating. Master Sharoo, a big thank you and grateful to you for your time and efforts coming here on this platform and sharing your wonderful wisdom. Thank you. And now
Thank
platform
you.
is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Um, Thank you so much for saying such wonderful words. And I really thank those light beings and the angels who have been guiding me and who have been there with me and who have been telling me what to do and what is my path, who have been showing me these the paths where I have to tread on. And through this, I'm also trying to help people heal on their ways. So thank you so much for such kind words. And thank you so very much, Ravi Kiran Garu, for giving me this opportunity to be here on this platform and speak on a subject which is very, 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 close to me, because this is something I have experienced in my life, the intuitive eating. And since all my sessions are about my experience and it is not being taken randomly from any kind of a book, so it really, really means a lot, because, angels always have been telling me that I have to share whatever I've been gaining from them. So yeah, thankful to you, to the listeners who are here present with me. And thank you, Ravi Kiran Garu, for giving me such beautiful opportunity. And I really, really thank Madhu Garu and Ram Garu, who have always interested me. And today what I am here, it's with their blessings and their encouragement that I'm here on this platform, because they have been there with me for past 2.5 years, and I've been taking the sessions on their platform, and they have given me beautiful opportunities. And this is how I'm here with all of you also. So Ravi Kiran Garu, thank you so much for having me here. Shukran. And I hope you all are having a beautiful, beautiful day. And as far as intuitive eating is concerned, I'm going to speak about it a lot, and I'm going to give you a lot of information on that so that you also start eating intuitively. Now, the question is that, what we do every day, especially on the holidays, what we do is we eat, we hog, we binge, and what we also do is we do low carbs, high carbs, we eat, food full of diet. We also do intermittent fasting. That's what we also do. But what we don't do is the mindful eating or the intuitive eating, because we have never been able to understand this intuitive eating or the mindful eating, what exactly it is. So if you will ask me that, Sharoo, what is intuitive eating? What is mindful eating? So for me, friends, if I am going to prescribe you that, so it is not a prescription of a particular diet for me. When I talk about intuitive eating, it is a way of life. This is actually how we have to be. And especially as meditators, we have to be like that. We have to be very mindfully eating things, because intuitive eating does nothing but creates a beautiful relationship between you and the food, which we generally don't do. And when we start having a beautiful, harmonious relationship with the food, trust me, friends, the problems, the obesity issues, or, the increase in the weight issues, or not losing the weight, or, all these issues that you are facing, or maybe stressful days, or all these things, it will not happen at all. Trust me on that. I'm going to share my experiences as well, so that you also get to know how. So when we talk about intuitive eating, there are certain things that we need to understand, and which I'm going to share with all of you. If you resonate with it, please go ahead with it. If you don't, it's okay, because you don't have to resonate with each and everything that I'm saying. So you can dig in further more about this particular subject, and whatever suits you, you can bring in and implement in your life. Implementation, friends, is very, very, very important, which we hardly do. We listen to a lot of people. We listen to so many masters, but we only implement maybe 1% of it in our lives. But if we don't implement, the inner work doesn't start. So what I have learned from angels is inner work, inner work, inner work every day, every single moment, every single second of my day. I'm doing this inner work no matter, it concerns my physical body, my emotional body, my mental body, or my spiritual body. Now, the thing is how to do this intuitive eating. Number one, distractions. What we usually do is, you might be experiencing this with your kids also, you might be experiencing this with yourself also. When we are eating, when we are on a dinner table or a lunch table, either the news is on, or we are reading something, or we have a mobile phone there in our hands, or we are discussing something which is a very stressful situation in our life, and we are discussing that on our dinner table, which should not be done. A few days back, I was just reading. So there was a Tibetan monk, and who was saying that whenever I eat food, what I do is I invite and indulge all the five senses. I invite them, and I try to be with those senses. I try to touch the food. I try to smell the food. I try to see the food. I try to feel the aroma of the food. So this is what he does, it's not that he just keeps eating the food and just goes back to his work. So this is what he does, that he tries to be with the food without any kind of a distraction that he has in his life. And then what he feels is, I also bring the sunshine. I just imagine that there is a sunshine in the food, how the farmers have made that particular thing, how it has come into his plate, and everything he imagines about the food, nothing else. So what he's doing is he's creating a relationship with the food. Just like we have a relationship with our family members, with our friends, with our other people, similarly, he's creating and striking a relationship with the food. And when we are absolutely with the food, what happens? The food becomes divine. So we always say that we have to keep an intent, we have to have a gratitude while we are having the food, but we have to do all these things also along with that. Not only we should have a feeling of gratitude towards the food, but we should eat the food without any distraction or without having any other thought, in our minds. Now, secondly, when we talk about intuitive eating, the second question is, do we chew our food properly? So, trust me, friends, I was a very enthusiastic eater who used to just polish the plate in 2 minutes flat. Seriously, I used to just gobble up. I never used to chew. But then what happened was, I started having a lot of digestion issues. Especially one of the things that started happening was acidity issue. And that led to a lot of headaches in my life. So acidity was something that was, my God, it was like too much for me to handle, because so much of acidity with a lot of headache. Now, I could not understand what the reason was till I came into meditation, till I started meditating a lot, because, that also helped my energies, my prana, my vital energies to give a boost. But then when I started reading about this, having an intuitive eating, what happened was that I was not only able to control the portions of the food that I was having, because I knew how much my body wanted, how much my body needs. That much I started eating. I never wanted to have more, So what happened was, slowly and gradually, and I started chewing the food. For example, any soft food that you chew, it has to be given at least 4 to 5 chews, which we normally don't do. And if we are having a very hard food like chapatis or anything of that sort, we have to give at least 15 to 20 chews per morsel, per bite that we eat. This is how it is done. Even in Ayurveda, if you read about that, it is also mentioned there that you have to chew your food properly at least 15 to 20 times a bite. Now, what will happen with the chews? Why do we chew the food? What is the reason? We can just chew it, we can gobble it the way we are doing. The thing is, as soon as we start chewing, what happens is it is very soft on the digestive process. Very soft. Our digestion becomes very smooth. Now, the problem that we face, like bloating issues, we face like digestion issues, they're not going to be there. Slowly, you will feel the bloating, the acidity, the digestion issues that you're having with your gut. It's not going to be there at all. When you start chewing intuitively, mindfully, that okay, I'm eating the banana, so I'm going to be with the banana, and I am chewing the banana. And after that, once it is being done, then you can just thank your body that thank you so much for being with me, and thank you so much for digesting this. Be grateful to your physical body, because this is the temple that you have, and you really have to take care of this temple. Now, third, which is a very, very, very important aspect of intuitive eating, is you have to ask yourself, do I really need to eat? Or is it just a mental, emotional craving? Now, friends, let me make you understand this very important aspect. What happens is, usually we keep eating, okay? And we don't know it is the emotions that are letting us eat. That is why you might have seen that there are people who become emotionally upset or who are angry. They start eating, they start binging on food. Scientifically also, it has been proven by science that people who are not able to identify their emotions properly, they eat. They start eating, and that is the reason, one of the major reasons of the people who get obesity issues. So because what happens is, it is your emotions that are hungry, not your body is hungry, because there is a very thin line between what we need and what we think we need. And when we think that we need, it is not what our body is needing. It is something that our emotions are craving. I'll give you one example of mine. So when I, came into meditation, okay, before that, what happened was, I used to get very attracted towards the sweets, the sugar. I used to have a sugar rush. I always wanted to have chocolates. I wanted to have something which is sugary, which used to give me a lot of energy. So before the meditation, I didn't know why, but it was there always, all the time. Any kind of a lunch, dinner, breakfast I'm having, after that, I have to have something which is very sugary. Now, when I started getting into the depth of this, that why is this happening? Why am I having this sugar rush, and why am I having this sugar craving? So then I understood there are certain emotions that were trying to talk to me. Now, what were the emotions? Since I was having a lot of issues in my life, be it emotional, personal, mental, physical, I was seeking and searching for sweetness in my life. And what was that sweet or sugar thing was doing was, it was acting as a concealer. It was acting as a camouflage to my emotions. It was like a band-aid where I was hiding behind. I used to eat that. I used to feel, oh my God, my life is so sweet. I need this, I need this, I need this. And I used to binge on sugar. And then what I used to do was, I was submissing my emotions downside somewhere. And I was putting the Band-Aid, very comfortably. It became my comfort food. So whenever I wanted the comfort, I used to binge on sugar. Now, when I started identifying my emotions, when I started feeling that, okay, Sharoo, there are certain emotions that are trying to tell you something, and you need to accept yourself the way you are. You have to accept the situations in which you are. You have to accept the life the way it is, and you have to change your thinking process. Then was the time when I started going away from the sugar cravings that I had. So I was able to not only identify, I was able to accept and embrace those issues that was there within me, which was leading to my external cravings of food. And I used to binge. Similarly, people who have salty cravings, who just get attracted towards something that has salt. Although friends, it is not, I'm not saying that there are physical deficiencies there which leads to all this, because even people who are attracted towards sugar, they have a less or low magnesium levels. Similarly, people who are into salty food, they have less electrolyte or low electrolyte levels, and that is also one of the reasons why they get attracted towards that. But when I'm talking about the emotions, people who get attracted towards the salty food are the ones who basically are asking for some balancing and stability in their life. Because when we talk about salt, what is salt? What is the property? Main property of the salt is to stabilize and ground us. It has a grounding energy because it is available and it is present everywhere in the sense it is with the mother earth, it is in our body, it is in the oceans, it's everywhere. So it has a grounding element. So if a person is asking for a lot of salty food, that means that person wants stability in life, which that person doesn't have. And that is why that person is binging on salty products. And that person is eating the salt, doesn't want the sugar stuff, but eating the salt, a lot of salty food. And even if the body is saying, no, please don't eat it, you have to look after your emotions, you have to look deeper inside into you. We don't listen to our bodies because we think that it's okay. It's not the body that is talking, I need this, I want this. So we do not admit because there's always a fear. Because when we start admitting to our emotions, we start admitting to our fears. And when we start admitting to our fears, all those dark things come out and which we don't want to face. Similarly, people who are attracted towards the spicy food, people who want caffeine, people who want coffee a lot, they just want to drink coffee. They are also the ones. Why do they have these cravings? There's so many emotional issues that are related. People who have bread and pasta all the time, they are the one who are seeking for sustenance. They are seeking for comfort. So what happens is that, all these things basically boil down to our emotions. So if you're intuitively and mindfully eating, so what will happen is you will be able to understand what your body is saying. You will be able to know what your body is saying. You will be able to identify those things that are leading to you binging on food rather than mindfully eating the food. Once you start identifying your emotions, once you start accepting your fears, what will happen is the craving is going to go, and slowly and gradually you will be able to control the portions of the food that you have to eat. You will not overeat. You will just eat. And trust me, friends, let me be very, very, very straightforward with you. People who always tell you, suppose, a few years back, if you would have seen me, I used to look like a hanger. Okay, even in my teenage, I used to look like a hanger. So people always used to say, you don't eat anything, you must eat this, you must eat that, you just keep hogging. After 2 hours, you should eat. And all the dietitians also used to say the same thing. You should eat and you must eat after 4 hours, 3 hours, you keep eating. It's not the case. You need to listen to your body. Whatever body wants, the body is going to speak to you. Trust me. The only thing is that you need to listen to the body, what it requires. If your body wants that, if your body wants that, okay, I need to eat now, and your body is really hungry, the stomach is grumbling because of hunger, not the emotional hunger, but the body hunger, then you go and eat something. Otherwise, don't. Similarly with the water. So with water also, it used to, people used to say initially that 8 liters of water has to be, taken by the body. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. It's absolutely up to your body needs and requirements, and everybody has a different requirement. Suppose today, if you tell me, Sharoo, you drink 8 liters of water, I will not be able to do that. I'll start bloating. My body will start bloating. I will not be able to do that because it is not easy for me to drink so much of water. I will start puking. So now I know that, okay, if my body says that, okay, Sharoo, go fetch a glass of water and drink it, I'll go drink it. If my body says that, okay, there is a sufficient amount of water inside of you, your body is hydrated, don't drink more, it's fine. So what we have to do is we just have to intuitively be with the body and listen to what our body is saying. So I'll just give you a trick, a very simple trick that, whenever I see whether my body is hydrated or not. So what I do is I take my skin and I just pull my skin like this. Okay. So if the skin is going immediately inside, that means your body is completely hydrated. Right now, my body is not very hydrated. So I need to drink water. So if you can see this, so it is not immediately going inside. Yeah. So this is how you can physically also notice all these things, that whether your body requires something or not. You just can't blindfoldedly, get into that herd mentality that 8 liters of water, drink it. No. Eat because your body requires it. That's all. Drink whenever your body requires it. And thirdly, the emotions. Then another thing that I want to talk about today is, you might have heard Patriji saying this a lot, and you might have heard a lot of masters saying so many things, especially this sentence that we become what we eat. I'm sure you all might have heard this. We become what we eat. Now, what is the meaning of that? Have we ever tried to focus on this word? Patriji says so many times, but have we, understood, or have we tried to understand what he's saying, that we become, what we eat? What is the meaning of that? Now, I'll give you one example. Suppose you're picking up a banana, okay? Banana doesn't have any kind of a negative emotion. Okay, banana doesn't believe in jealousy. Banana doesn't believe in envy. Banana doesn't believe in anger. What does banana does is that banana knows that there is a purpose in life. Okay. And they have to serve us. They have to serve that purpose. So as soon as I eat banana, banana becomes me. Banana becomes Sharoo, because they believe in oneness. They believe that they are in sync with our purpose. So as soon as I'm going to eat banana, banana becomes Sharoo. Now, whatever properties that banana has, it will go inside of me. It'll become me. It'll become Sharoo. And that is the reason, why we, sometimes say that if you eat banana, your gut will be fine. How will the gut be fine if you are eating something? It is because that banana is giving us that property that it has, because it becomes us. It becomes that, because it believes in oneness. The nature believes in oneness. The nature, believes in giving. So the banana is going to become me. Now, the question is, that is the reason why we always say that we should not have non-vegetarian food. Because what happens is that, trust me, being an animal communicator for about 2 years now, when I started communicating with the animals, it was mind-boggling for me to know that how highly evolved that these creatures are. They are the best creations. They're the beautiful creations on earth. Because why? Animals never hold a grudge against anybody, no matter what. They will not have any feeling of animosity towards anyone. So recently, I had gone to a Gaushala. Gaushala is the place where all the cows and the buffaloes are being kept in India. There are certain places where they are nurtured and they are taken care of. So there was one cow who was sitting there who was wounded. So I went there to communicate with her, and I was feeling very bad and sad about her that, why are not these people taking care of the wound that she has? So I was getting very angry and very anxious that, and I started talking to her that, why don't you just tell her, this guy, the person who is taking care of you, you're not just doing anything. And if he tells you to go out somewhere, why do you have to go out anywhere he wants? If you're not feeling well, if you have a wound, why don't you just tell him or give him any signs that you need this wound to be rectified, or it needs to be healed? I was stunned with the answer that she gave me, and she said that, I'm here to serve him. This is my purpose. And he has to know what his purpose is. If he thinks that, out of love, he's going to heal my wound, it is most welcome. And even if he doesn't, that's okay, because I am doing my purpose. I will die doing my purpose and taking care of my purpose. So trust me, friends, when we are killing the animals, they will not have any kind of an animosity towards us, but they will always have a feeling of fear within their bodies. They will always have that, because there is always a survival and an animal instinct in them. They always want to survive. Obviously, if somebody comes here and puts a knife over here on your neck, obviously you're going to, you're going to scream, you're going to shriek, you're going to have a lot of fear energy, because you also want to live. Similarly, the animals are going to do the same. So what happens is that when that fear energy gets into that particular food and we ingest that food, that fear becomes us. That thing becomes us. That fear becomes us. Even though the animal is very forgiving in nature, they will never have, as I said, they will never have animosity, because I've asked this question to so many animals that, do you have that feeling of animosity towards the humans who kill? So they always say no. They're doing what they are doing. We have to do what we have to do. But yes, there's always a feeling of fear, because they want to live like any other human being. They are also beings. So their fear becomes us. They become us. So their love energy is not being taken by us, because at that time, the only paramount emotion that they have is fear. And that is what becomes us. And that is how we become what we eat. And you might have seen a difference between the people who are vegetarians and people who are non-vegetarians. Not that vegetarians, they don't get angry ever. They do. But they know how to, take care of that emotion. But non-vegetarian people, they will always get angry at the drop of their hat. Their temperament will be very hot. They will not be very good listeners. They will always have a fear of losing something. People who are non-vegetarians, they will always have a fear of losing something. And this fear will always be there till they breathe their last. So we become what we eat. And secondly, what happens is another scientific reason, I'm giving you so that you understand it more, that, our alimentary canal that is there within us is not for ingesting such food. Because, we have a lengthy alimentary canal. And what happens is, if we are ingesting this food, or we are ingesting some animal inside of us, and it is going to be there within us, it is going to rot. Our physical structure and this physical structure of the animals is completely different. If you have seen the tigers, if you have seen the leopards or these predators, what happens is they sit with the food for 4, 5 days or 6 days with that, whatever they ingest inside their body. It takes about 6 to 7 days sometimes for them to digest it. They will sit with it. They will not kill anyone. because they know this is the requirement of my body. This is what I require. And after 6-7 days, when I'm done with it, when I again feel hungry, then I'll go and hunt. Otherwise, I won't. But what are we doing? We just go eat. Even if the body is saying don't eat, we eat. The body is saying don't touch the non-veg. No, this is not right. You're killing the animal. We go eat. Our body is saying that, okay, don't eat this, eat this. Quinoa is healthy. Pasta is not healthy. Don't eat pasta. But we will go towards pasta. Why? Because our emotions are in a havoc. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm sure whatever I'm saying right now, these things are not new to you. You are beautiful masters, and you are so much more learned than me. You all know so much than me, and I'm also learning from you. But what happens is, it is probably, I'm just giving you a nudge today that, hey, you knew it. But are you implementing that in your life? So this is what I'm trying to tell you right now, because I'm sure that everybody, whatever I'm saying, everybody knows, everybody must have read so many books and articles, and might have gone through the internet also. But today I'm just giving you a little push that, hey, I think you might have forgotten this. I'm telling you again, do this. So this is what intuitive eating or the mindful eating is. It seems very simple. Intuitive eating, don't have distractions, chew your food properly, look into your emotions. But when we start implementing it, it takes years. Trust me, today also, I'm working on it. I'm working on the mindful eating. I'm working on chewing the food. Today, yes, I'm not an enthusiastic eater. I do not finish my food in 2 minutes. But yes, I'm reaching there that, yes, slowly, Sharoo, slowly. You have to eat, you have to chew, you have to be with the food. So I've consciously tried to be with the food. I try to be very quiet when I'm eating because I want to be with the food. I don't talk much at that time. Yes, I'm always having this feeling of gratitude towards everyone, whosoever was there, who made this possible for me to eat this food on this plate. But at that time, I am creating a relationship, a beautiful one, with the food, because I want to love that food. I want my body to love that food. And I want that food should come to me and say, I am you, and I'm going to give you everything that you want. So friends, this is an intuitive and mindful eating. I hope this session of mine, although it was a very short session, but I was able to give you informative tips. And if there is anybody who wants to share something, or if there is anybody who wants to say something or ask something, this is the time. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Very informative and very important information, Master Sharoo. The beginning of the session, you mentioned intuitive eating creates a beautiful relationship. That's a very important point, and with the food that we are eating, right? So when one goes with mindful eating, then there are no issues. Whatever the issues we are seeing in the world now about obesities or whatnot, whatever it is. So, and one important point, I've just noted down the points, every point that you mentioned. This is really important for all of us. Even though we do a lot of meditation, knowing is not enough, but practicing is important, implementing is important. And even when you are communicating with the angels, they keep saying inner work, inner work. This is also one of the inner work. And the example, the story of Tibetan monk, that was it's like a revelation for me, and it's really makes sense that inviting and indulging those five senses and thinking about where the food has come and thinking about everything, the sunshine, the rain, and everything. So it really enhances the energy of the food also what we are eating. And about the chewing, I mean, i I heard people saying those enlightened masters in this eating thing: drink food, eat water. So I really love this, and whenever I remember, I try to do that. But honestly, I don't do it regularly. But yeah, drink food means the amount of the amount of chewing you need to do is that the food should become a water. So then and the water you have to eat like sip by sip, not like just pouring. So that's wonderful, wonderful. And when you start chewing, you not only control the quantity, but also you eat exact amount what is required by your body. And you mentioned this is, I mean, everyone says, but in this context, it's really body is a temple, and let's take care of this temple with mindful eating. And again, about mental eating, so very important. And you have nicely mentioned the relation with the problems that we have, emotions we have, that they are deep rooted, is the sweet cravings or salty cravings, spicy cravings, coffee. They are trying to say something that's really, really makes sense. And you will understand those emotions when you eat intuitively. So that's a wonderful, wonderful point. And drinking water, honestly, I drink a lot. But what you said, it makes sense. And that trick was very, it was interesting, good trick. And I could, immediately I tried, and I think I'm well hydrated and I'm still drinking water. So I thought, okay, let's follow, And the last thing is we become what we eat.
Yes.
And that's the most important. And you have rightly mentioned about what Patri sir, keep saying. And we need to understand the deeper meaning of that. And that was very touching about the communication with the cow in the
Yes.
Goshala. They will not have any goods, and they are here to serve, but they
Yes.
will have a fear. And
Yes.
here I remembered about one thing: people who are having fears because they are giving the fears. When you give the fears, you get the fears, basically. So
Absolutely.
who are eating non-veg food or unethical food, then that's what it is happening. And gratitude, the last and most important point, gratitude. When you express gratitude, in my opinion, you are not only having the beautiful relationship, but also when you express gratitude, there are a lot of happy hormones that get released. And you rightly said, expressing the gratitude not just to the food, but also who has produced it, and
Yes.
every little thing that is involved. And when I understood that even the earthworms, not even the earthworms, they do a lot of major work in
Yes.
agriculture thing. If they are not there, there's no food. And they do drainage system and for this agriculture plants and everything. So very, very informative session, even though, I mean, it's not short, but whatever you wanted to share, it's like crisp and clear. Amazing. And friends, if anyone has any questions, there was one question, let me read out on YouTube. Will plants also have fear? So that was the question.
Yes. Plants will also have fear, but since they do not have an activated brain system, neurological system, so they do not feel the emotions that way. Because I have been communicating with the plants and the animals both, because I'm a communicator. So I have one plant here with me, and there's this jade. And trust me, friends, I actually shared it with the Beam family. So what happened was, there was one branch that was broken, And that broken branch was there for 15-20 days. For 15-20 days, it was cut off from the mother plant where it was there, and it was still surviving. I still have the picture of that, and it is still surviving. It was still surviving. And I used to just talk to that plant. I used to just be there with the plant. I just request that plant that please be there with me, be there with me, even if you're living there. So they hear, they listen, they process, but they do not feel the emotions, in the sense, if you will say that, oh my God, there is a feeling of, or emotions of fear or anger in them. No, they do not have that, because they do not have a proper neurological system the way we have or the animals have. That is the reason why that plants can, they can have these emotions, but they do not feel the emotions. That is the difference between the animals and the plants. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Thank you for the wonderful explanation, Sharoo. That reminds me of one plant in my flat. We were out for like about 1 year, and I had plants in my flat, and nobody could take care of it, and there were few people, I mean neighbors, they could take care for few days, and it was outside, and it's completely gone. I saw a little bit of life in it, very little. I thought it was little greenery somewhere. I thought, okay, let me get inside, and then I started nurturing it. I started putting water and started talking to it. And I remember my wife Prana, she wherever she goes out and she touches leaves and everything, I never used to understand before, but now I understand after coming into meditation. And now that plant is like very nicely grown, and everything is green now, and it is the new branches are coming out of that plant. I felt very happy, and I also felt that it is also indicating, because it is just near the kitchen, it is also indicating about my emotions, because I am working on my emotions. It is also indicating that when new branches are coming, the new things are coming up in my life. So that's really very informative. Thank you for sharing that. And I see Ritesh, you wanted to talk. Are you still there?
Yes.
Yes, please go on.
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for this very informative session.
Thank you.
I have one question. Actually, I learned something new today regarding this intake of water. Till now, before this session, my learning was an adult has to compulsorily drink at least 3 to 4 liters of water every day. But today you told that only when your body asks for it, needs for it, then only you can drink.
Yes.
So, in fact, I will say that most of the health professionals, they are giving this advice of drinking at least a minimum of 3 to 4 liters of water every day. So I would like more clarity on this, because if I'm drinking, suppose my body is asked for only 1 liter of water, as per as you say that my body will need, then won't it affect my health?
No, it won't affect your health at all. I've been doing this for so many years now, because I'll tell you my experience. I was a very picky drinker, in the sense that I never used to drink the water. Okay. So what happened was, the first thing the angels told me was that, Sharoo, you're not hydrated. Your body is not hydrated properly. So you need to listen to your body requirements, and you have to drink the water. Now, what happens is, suppose if I'm taking a session, or after the session, what will happen is, if my body is saying that, Sharoo, go and drink the water, then I intuitively, and I make it a conscious effort from my end to listen to my body. If my body is saying, go get up and drink water, I will go get up and drink water. If my body is saying that, no, you don't have to drink aerated water, I will not drink aerated water. The only thing, Riteshji, we have to do is, we have to consciously listen to our body. That's all. The body gives us the indications. All these sciences or all these doctors who are always there, they are for those people who are not listening to their bodies, right? We as meditators, we have a different way of living and looking at life. Yeah, so if we are listening to our body that, okay, Ritesh ji, today you have to drink 2 glasses of water, you will go and drink 2 glasses of water, and that is going to be sufficient. After 3-4 hours, if your body is demanding again one glass of water, you go and drink it. That is all. Your body will not get affected. Do you think I am affected? It's been 11 years, with the angels now, and it's been 11 years that I've been doing the same thing. I'm implementing, and I'm still working on myself. But my health has improved. And as I said, that I've given you one major way of looking at whether your body is hydrated or dehydrated. You can just pull up your skin and you can just, just check that whether it is hydrated or not. You will get to know whether your body is hydrated or not.
Yeah, that's very good technique you gave. And just one more thing. This after waking up in the morning, it's said that one should drink at least 1 liter of water, or if not 1 liter, at least drink a half liter of water. What's your take on that?
Absolutely, you should always do that. You should not start your day with the tea or coffee. Why? Because till 10 o'clock in the morning, what happens is there is a hormone called cortisol in our body, which is formulating. Okay, and it is very good for digestion, and it is good for other things also. That hormone is very important for us. So when we start having caffeinated products, or when we start having tea and coffee first thing in the morning, that cortisol levels, they decrease or they deplete. So we should always start our day with either a warm lukewarm water or something, maybe a lemon water with honey in it. So you can do that. So this will really, really, help you a lot. So rather than having tea or coffee in the morning, so start the day with the water, lukewarm water, or with lemon and honey in it, a little bit of honey in it. It will actually empty your stomach as well. It will help you in the digestion process. Because what happens is, I'll tell you another reason I'm telling all of you, it is about our apana prana, that is apana energy, which is responsible. There are 5 energies in us. There are 5 vital energies in our body, one of which is apana prana, that is that energy, which is responsible for our excretory system and sensory perceptions. So if our excretion is absolutely good, and I'm not talking about excretion as the outcome of the digestion, whatever we are eating. I'm talking about excretion on the cellular level. So if our excretion is good, if our prana is completely healthy, our body will completely be healthy. So the more the stomach is empty, it is good. The more we will be able to think clearly, mental clarity will be there. Otherwise, if our stomach is completely filled with food, we'll always feel very lethargic. Will be, there will be so much of inertia in us. That is why Patriji always says, if you're eating, fill your stomach 80%, 20% should be completely empty. 80% of the stomach is okay, and then 20% you should not, just leave it empty.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Ritesh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Master. That was very good. So experiment and experience. So thank you. Anyone else has any other question? Please unmute yourself and. No. Yeah, someone. Madhuram. Yeah. Okay. Unmute, sir. Yeah.
Hi, Raviji. Wonderful to see you here. And Sharoo ji, namaste. Wonderful wisdom sharing. One of my favorite topics, to be very aware of what we put into our body. So my journey had also been pretty much to what that had been shared here. And meditation had greatly inspired me to become more and more intuitive, more and more conscious and aware of what goes into this temple, which is our body. And, through the years, first thing that happened was dropping off all these sugary drinks. It was almost 8 years ago. I was pretty much dependent, like every day, 2-3 Fanta. That was something I was very much, I liked that. And then later, it just dropped off. And I could immediately see how different everything was. And then almost now 5 years, we gave up sugar, and everything else suddenly shifted. The digestion, the awareness, the sleep, the food, and even the dependency on caffeinated drinks, they just disappeared. And thanks to Madhu, who keeps on experimenting on foods. And let's say through the journey, even we met breatharians that kind of shattered our own belief systems. There are a lot of things that we carry on thinking that only when we do this or only when we eat this, our body sustains. So when we met these breatharians, that was a big shift. And then we kind of, Madhu keep experimenting, and she had experimented on just being on the raw diet. And I get inspired from her willpower, because all these things, when we hear, they're all nice, others' experiences. But when we implement, I realized we not only become more aware of ourselves, of our own energies, but we also are exercising on our own willpower to our inner strength. So very recently, we have cut down to 2 meals that become lighter and lighter, and we immediately see how the day changes, how the energy shifts. So very beautiful topic, Sharuji, and thanks a lot, Ravi Garu, for having this wisdom shared today. So lovely to start a Sunday and start a week with these nice intentions coming. And even this thought, a few years ago, I heard this actor Madhavan, who had been to a wellness center in Austria because his career was a little bit slowed down and he wanted to catch up himself and he wanted to work on his body. So when he came here, the rule they said here was nothing new to Indians. And they said, you are coming from India, but the secret for our body is drink the food and chew the water. So the same thing you have shared today, since then I kind of, most of the times, consciously acknowledge all the beings, all the forces, all the energies that had went through before this food is on my plate. Just have that connection to that, being grateful, and then chew slowly, chew 40 times, then your food you can drink, and water, you chew it. So whenever you take water, have that intention, what is happening. Put that intention why you are taking. Connect to that water. And I noticed there is a greater transformation that happens. So thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Sharuji. Very grateful to you all. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Ram Garu. Thank you so very much for giving your beautiful insights always. So thank you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. That was wonderful, Ramesh. Thank you for sharing your experience as well. Actually, I seen a question in the chat, but I forgot to ask. We know the answer, but every one of us here, we know the answer because we keep saying that, and Sharuji, you also mentioned already, but we need more details, more clarity on that, because people always have this confusion. So it is always good to hear from the master. Are eggs come under vegetarian or non-vegetarian? So that's the question from one of the participant. Yeah.
Okay. So again, I would say that it's your perspective.
How to them off.
Yeah, I muted.
Okay.
Yeah, go on. Sorry. Yeah.
So it is absolutely your perspective, because if you are compassionate, being, then definitely you will also not include eggs in your diet, because some people say that now it is being manufactured in the factories. It is being artificially manufactured in the factories. So these are the logical reasoning people, come up with in order to eat that. So what I always feel, I'll give you one simple example. Suppose today I say, because I'm a meditator, because everybody keeps saying that we should not have non-veg, I today leave non-veg. But what will happen is I will always have in my thought process that I want to eat non-veg. I will always have this feeling of eating and having non-veg. It is as bad as having, consuming non-veg or eggs. So either you completely take that feeling out of your mind that I do not have to eat eggs because I am a compassionate human being and I have a compassion towards not only to myself, towards the other beings, then just take that out of your mind. But if you are not eating physically, but emotionally and mentally, there is a craving for you to eat, it is as bad as that. It is creating a karma again. So you don't have to do that. So either you take that thing completely out of your mind, and eggs, it's your perspective. If you want to give a logical reasoning to yourself that no, it is being made in the factory, I can have that, please go ahead. That is absolutely your choice. I never force anybody to do anything, because at the end of it, it is absolutely your choice what you're doing. And your life becomes like that. You become what you eat. I will become what I eat. You will become what you eat. Now, it is absolutely up to you. Decide yourself. If you are a compassionate being and if you have a compassion towards the animals, then you will not only take it out from your emotion or emotional body, mental body, and also from the physical body, this feeling that you have to eat. I was a hardcore non-vegetarian. I'm a Kashmiri and I'm a hardcore vegetarian. I was, before I came into meditation. But the first day when I heard that, how there was no compassion, by, killing the animals and eating them or eating the eggs and having them, what happened was the first day when I started meditating, I made a promise to myself that no, you are not going to eat. I told my family that this is the decision that I have taken. Are you with me? And what do you want to do? And they all said that we are with you and we are also going to be, vegetarians from now on. So my kids, my husband, everybody, they stopped eating, not also from, the physical level, from the emotional level also, that they don't have to eat. There was no craving now. So if you still have a craving and if you feel that I am a meditator because this is a herd mentality, I'm a meditator, everybody says no non-veg, but you are internally, you are wanting for that food, then please, you are again on the same path. You're still there where you were. So now you have to decide what you have to do. I hope I answered the question and did the justice.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Sharoo. It was really, yeah. So I wanted to say one more thing on these eggs. You may think they are produced in the factory, but the chickens, they become egg producing machines. They go through a lot of pain.
Yes.
And their lifetime will be, reduced, and they end up in slaughterhouses. So in a way you are doing, and there should not be any debate, arguments on this. Egg is a vegetarian or non-vegetarian? No, it is non-vegetarian, period. So you need to understand, and whether it is healthy or not healthy. Yeah, it may look physically, it may look when you're consuming it's healthy, but the amount of the internal damage into your soul and the amount of karmas you are adding up, and in the future it may come up in a different way. So that's also important to consider. Okay, and with this let's go into the next question. Meera N, please unmute yourself and
Namaste, Master. Thank you so much. You are doing very beautiful conversation today. My question is, after meal, I have a feeling to eat sweets thing. Am I allowed to have that? One thing. Second thing, my body asking sleep. I have my sleep 6 hours. Full-time computer work and late night meditation. Maybe I sleep 12 o'clock, something like that. Then another day I couldn't wake up early, 5:30. I wake up 6, something like that. Then I feel guilty. This sort of time, what can I do? That's my question. 2 things. One is sweets, another one does my sleep.
Okay, so Meeraji, the thing is, as I said, that whatever cravings, food cravings we always have, be it sweet cravings, salt cravings, spicy food, or fatty food cravings, these all are coming from our emotions. So you need to sit and you need to journal it down, that what is it that is bothering you? What is my feeling today? How am I feeling today? And you have to start conversing with your own self, with your own emotions. You have to sit and you ask that, Meera, why? And why are you feeling this? What is the reason for you to feel this? And then go back to the incidents that are actually leading you to that particular emotion, because any kind of a craving is leading you to a emotion or an emotion that is actually creating a lot of issues in your life. Number one. Number two, when you're talking about the sleep, Meeraji, that is okay. Body has a requirement to take rest. Body always has a requirement. So if your body is requiring to sleep, that's fine. If you have inculcated meditation in your life, if you are meditating regularly, this frequency of sleep will be a little different from the normal person, because if we start meditating a lot, it is going to take care of our sleeping pattern. Our sleeping pattern is going to reduce, because meditation is already giving us the energy that is needed by our body, because we are taking the cosmic energy, and cosmic energy is very potent energy. So if you're meditating regularly every day, and if your sleep time is little reduced, then also it's okay. You are going to be absolutely healthy. There will be no health issues at all, because in fact you are taking the cosmic energies inside, and your body will be absolutely healthy. So don't worry about it at all.
Thank you, Master. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meeraji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, Kranti, please unmute yourself.
Hi, Namaste, Sharoo.
Hi.
Hi, Sharoo. I want to ask a question. I'm a vegetarian. My kids love eating non-veg. I don't want them to eat, but I don't know. I'm in a fix. How do I get them off? I don't want to keep telling them when they're eating that this is not good, because I keep telling them on and off that this is not a good food to eat. What's the best way as a mother that I can get my kids off non-veg?
Okay. So one thing that I have learned from Patriji is non-interference. Okay. So non-interference is the first thing that we need to understand as a parent, because every child has a free will. It is up to the child what the child or what the kid wants to do. It is absolutely their life. Our main reason of parenting is, or our main idea of parenting is to make the child understand what we feel is good for them. It is our perspective that we are telling them. Then at the end of the day, it is their choice. We cannot pull them into certain things. We cannot. You just have to leave it, because that is what, I was talking to Patriji, that was, I think, 5 or 6 years back. I was telling him the same thing, that what about the kids? We have turned. What about the kids? Because my kids said the first day that we are going to be vegetarians, Mom, but what about the kids who do not wish to be? So he always said that, are you here to interfere into their lives? It is their karma. It is their life decision that they need to make. It is their choice that they need to make. Why do you want to interfere? So that was something that really hit me hard, because yes, as a parent, we always try to be control freaks, because we always feel that we know better than them. So let them take their own decision. Maybe after some time, they will realize on their own that they don't have to eat. The only thing you can do is to guide them on a right path. That, okay, these are the, for example, you can just give them reasoning that why you should not ingest. What harm can it do? This is the only thing that you have to do. Rest, it is their choice to make, not yours. Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else wanted to share anything? Balraj sir, you wanted to talk, I guess, if you're still there. Yeah.
Sharoo ji, namaste.
Salam, namaskar.
You know, I have a few confessions to make.
Yes.
So the confessions are ki, I love food. I'm a foodie. Okay? I also like to serve food. I also cook very good food. So I'm always around food. In fact, even in my business around me, my wife always tells me I have a mini Tesco in my car. You know, I carry everything in my car, right from chocolates to crisps to everything, you know. So today's session was just meant for me, because I'm really thankful to you, thankful to Ravi Kiran, thankful to this wonderful PSSM family, which has actually, given me so many learnings in life. Yes, intuitional eating is what I intend to do, but ye nahi hota hai. Sometimes it becomes very difficult when you just said that my body is craving me for a chocolate, so I need to buy the chocolate, or my body is telling me, look, I need to now go and have a little bit of a crisp or something, so I feel like doing it. So is it wrong to do it? Because that's what my body craving is telling me, so this is what my problem is, and being a foodie, I love to kind of serve food for others. बहुत अच्छा लगता है, I really feel कि my soul is actually meant for that purpose, so that's my problem. But yes, I'll definitely work on this and promise you that I'll be a different person then.
So, Balraji, basically, when it is telling you to eat the chocolate, it is not the body telling you. It is your emotion that is telling you to eat the chocolate, not the body. Because if you are craving for chocolates, if you're craving for certain kind of food, then that is your emotion that is telling you, not the body. Body will not have so many requirements. Body will have very less requirement. So it is your emotion. So you have to sit with your emotion that, Balraji, where are you stuck? With which emotion are you stuck? So, and moreover, when we talk about the habit is, nothing but, a conscious decision that we take for ourselves. So when we inculcate these kind of good habits in our lives, it takes time, because our brain has to be rewired, and rewiring the brain takes a lot of time. So, yeah, so this is what I can say, that, inculcating a habit is not a very easy task, but yes, persistence and consistent effort will make that happen. So thank you, Balraj ji. Shukriya for your energies here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Shukriya. Yeah, thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It is always wonderful to see Balraj sir adding the energy to the session. Thank you so much, Sharoo ji. It was really a wonderful session. Even, Balraj sir, he thought, this session is meant for him, but I too feel it is meant for me as well. So it is, I think everyone feels that it is meant for them, because information is, that's such a wonderful information you have shared. And thank you, friends, even though, I am hosting this session, but it is part of, whole UK team are like working behind, and we are trying to give more and more information. But at the same time, please, as Sharoo, Master Sharoo mentioned, that knowing is not important. Everyone will know, but implementing is more important. So please subscribe to all our, channels. And if you want to follow Sharoo ji, she has spoken on most of the platforms. And if there are Hindi-speaking people, I've seen wonderful guided meditations on PMC Hindi. I know a little bit of Hindi, so you can type in YouTube Sharoo Sahini. You will receive as much as information you want. But yes, practicing is important. And also please subscribe to PMC UK. And also, if anyone is in the UK, and you're still not there in our WhatsApp groups, please send an email to info@bamaster.org.uk. So thank you so much for your time once again. Yeah, we are so grateful, and I hope we keep hearing your sessions in the future, and we'll keep asking, we'll keep buzzing you, asking, hey Sharuji, please come again and take the session. And thank you everyone.
Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for hearing me out. Thank you so much for whatever sharing I have to do with an open mind and open heart, because this is what is required. Receptiveness is very important, and you all are very receptive. So thank you so much for being here with me, and thank you, angels, for always guiding me, and thank you, Ravikiran Garu, for bringing me here. Shukriya, and thank you, the PSSM UK team.
Yes.
And thank you so much, Ram Garu. Thank you, everyone, each one of you. Thank you, everybody. Shukriya, and have a beautiful angelic day today, a beautiful one. And keep laughing, keep smiling, and keep spreading the smile to other people as well. Don't just keep it to yourself. Keep smiling always. This is what we are here for. And be compassionate to animals and the plants. Please, I request you to do that. Please do that. So thank you so very much. Shukriya.
Thank you everyone, and have a wonderful day. If anyone has any other questions, please send an email to the email ID I said, and we'll forward it to Sharuji. Again, I repeat, info@bamaster.org.uk. Thank you. Have a wonderful
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Love you. Namaste.
Bye.